In my last video, I explained why companies are moving to Microsoft Fabric. But there is one feature that makes the entire platform work, and most people don't understand it yet. It is called OneLake, and it's about to change how you think about data architecture. Let me show you the problem OneLake solves. In traditional data architectures, we copy data everywhere. Your data lands in data lake, then you copy it to your warehouse for analytics, copy it again to your BI tools for dashboards, copy it to your ML platform for data science, copy it to your streaming platform for real-time processing. Every single copy creates more problems, more storage costs, data synchronization issues, version conflicts, and operational complexity. We accepted this as normal, but it doesn't have to be this way. Here is what traditional architecture looks like. Raw data comes in, you run an ETL process to load it into your data lake storage. Then you copy and transform it into your data warehouse storage, extract and cache it for your BI tool, move and process it for your ML platform. Same data stored 5 different times in 5 different formats, each copy consuming storage, each sync creates lag, each version potentially inconsistent. This is the multi-storage architecture we have been living with for years. And it's expensive, complex, and fragile. So what is OneLake? OneLake is a single unified data lake for your entire organization. It's built directly into Microsoft Fabric. It's a single storage layer where every Fabric service reads and writes to the same location. It's built on Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2. So it's enterprise grade and scalable. It uses Delta Lake format for all data, and it's automatically available to every workspace in Fabric. Think of OneLake like OneDrive for data. Just like you don't create separate OneDrive accounts for Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, they all access the same files. OneLake gives every Fabric service access to the same data. One place everyone has access, no copying required. Here is how OneLake actually works. Instead of separate storage for each service, you have OneLake as a single storage layer at the bottom. Data Factory, Spark Notebooks, SQL Warehouse, Power BI, and data science tools all connect directly to it. There is no copying. When your data engineer writes a table using Spark, your analyst can immediately query it with SQL. Your dashboard in Power BI visualizes the exact same data. Your data scientist accesses the same table for machine learning. All services operate on the same physical data, no ETL between services, no data movement, no copies, just direct access to one unified lake. This is fundamentally different from how we built data platforms for the past decade. OneLake stores everything as Delta Lake tables, and this matters more than you might think. Data Lake gives you ACID transactions, meaning reliable writes, no corrupted data. Time travel, so you can query historical versions. Schema evolution, add columns without breaking existing queries. Efficient updates, modify or delete specific rows without rewriting entire files. And here is the key. Delta Lake is universal format. Spark can read it, SQL can query it, Power BI can visualize it, Python can process it. One format that every tool understands means true interoperability. No more converting between formats, no more compatibility issues. Let me give you a real-world example. Before OneLake, you ingest data to blob storage, run ETL to load it into Synapse Warehouse, export it to Power BI in import mode, copy it to Databricks for machine learning. The result, 4 copies of your data, sync delays between systems, inconsistent data across platforms. With OneLake, land your data in OneLake once, transform it with Spark notebooks, which writes back to OneLake, query it with SQL Warehouse from OneLake, visualize in Power BI directly from OneLake. And the result, 1 copy, real-time access across all services, single source of truth. Same workflow, completely different architecture, massively simpler. So what does OneLake actually give you? Cost savings. Store data once instead of 5 times. Eliminate redundant storage and data movement costs. Performance. Direct access is always faster than copying. No waiting for ETL jobs to finish syncing. Governance. Define security permissions once and they apply everywhere. No managing separate access controls per system. Consistency. One version of truth. No more wondering which copy is current. Agility. When you add a new Fabric service, it gets instant access to your data. No pipeline setup required. And simplicity. Fewer moving parts means less to break and easier to manage. Now, OneLake isn't perfect. Let me be honest about the limitations. First, vendor lock-in. You are tied to the Microsoft Fabric ecosystem. If that's a problem for your organization, that matters. Second, everything must be Delta Lake format. If you have complex legacy formats, there is a migration effort. Third, moving existing data to OneLake requires planning. It's not flip a switch migration. Fourth, Fabric is still maturing. Some OneLake features are in preview and evolving rapidly. And fifth, your team needs to understand Delta Lake concepts. There is a learning curve. But here is the reality. For organizations already in the Microsoft ecosystem, the benefits massively outweigh these drawbacks. The architectural simplification alone justifies the shift. OneLake represents a fundamental shift in how we architect data platforms. We are moving from copy data everywhere to write once, access anywhere. From fragmented storage silos to unified data lakes. From complex ETL pipelines between our own tools to direct access across services. In my coming videos, I'll show you hands-on, setting up your first Fabric workspace and loading data into OneLake. We'll actually build this, not just talk about it. If you have any questions about OneLake, drop them in the comments below. I'll read and respond to everyone. If you find this useful, subscribe for more data engineering deep dives and real-world insights. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.